What's going on, people? How y'all doing today? This is Mr. Vic, Mr. New York, whatever y'all want to call me. But man, hey, tell me this ain't been a hell of 5 weeks. This has been a week out of this world. I mean, this is crazy. This has been the craziest week with this Diddy trial, and it's just, I mean, just the stuff that I've seen and heard. People cannot tell the truth. They can't tell the news the way they see it. It's just crazy, and I don't understand why people cannot people can't tell the story the way it's supposed to be. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I don't know what's happening with these people. I don't know what's happening with these people, but the way I see it is one, Diddy, I mean, the way he did the lady is disgraceful. No man should ever go through anything like that with a woman. If you have to do that to keep her, you don't need to be with her, and she don't need to be with you. But I mean, I don't understand why these women just didn't leave. You know what I mean? It's not that much love in the world. It's not. I don't understand it. It's not that much love in the world, and these cats is just the way these perceived in the news. The Caucasian people convicted this man from day one, from the time before he even went to trial. From day one, these people convicted this man and said all this negative stuff, didn't have the facts, didn't understand what was going on, couldn't, I mean, if they asked them to rub two stones together, they couldn't even do that because instead of them saying they don't know or whatever, they would make up the false narrative, like these kids involved, they had children and this, that, and the third, which was bullshit. There's no kids involved. It's just Cassie and the people that work for him. That's it. I understand that what he did is domestic violence. That's all I see is domestic violence. I don't see racketeering. I don't see any of this other shit that the government saying. But what bothers me is when the government can come into your bedroom and take you and put you on trial in front of the world and embarrass you and all this other crazy, there's a problem. Because that could be me, it could be you, it could be your child, it could be your father, your grandfather, it could be anybody. And I don't understand people just ain't they're not agreeing on that instance of it because they're not looking at this can be that your child. You know what I'm saying? I mean, facts are facts, truth is truth. What's in the dark was gonna come to light. Keep it 100 with you know what I'm saying? But um, my thing is from my point of view, I see domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no kidnapping. I don't see all this other stuff that um, these people are saying. It's just it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know, cause if my daughter came to me with some shit like that, I would have went upside her head for sticking with this nigga. Uh, you know what I'm saying? For that right there. You know what I mean? Because hopefully I did a good job by raising my nieces and the rest of the crew where they don't need a man to complete them. You know, they sufficient by themselves. You know what I mean? I'm cool. If I'm by myself, I'm cool. A woman is a luxury. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta pay to play. You know what I'm saying? If you don't treat a person right, what make you think they're gonna treat you right? That's straight bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to treat people the way you want to be treated. But back at this Diddy trial, um, is crazy. The people out in front of the courthouse is making a mockery. The one man running around saying all this negative shit about Gene Deal and all this other stuff, and he supposedly had got knocked out because he's sitting there, you know what I'm saying, disrespecting Gene Deal and this, that, and the third. The man, from what I seen, the way that man was, the way he was acting out there in front of the courthouse, he brought it on himself. Whatever happened, he brought it on himself. You know what I'm saying? And Gene Deal had every right to go upside that young boy's head because he was disrespectful. Very disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? If and Nipsey Hussle, he said it best. If you stick a camera in a man's face, you know what I'm saying, on a bad day, I would have tested your jaw. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what dude was asking. He was asking for what Nipsey Hussle said. Hey, I'm gonna test you for your jaw. You know, I'm gonna test your jaw. You know what I mean? So, you can't go around mistreating people. You can't. Karma is real. Karma is that shit is definitely real. If you go around mistreating people, you're gonna end up in some shit like Diddy. The man's got all the money in the world, but you sooner or later your chances and your hope is gonna run out, and you're gonna end up in a situation just like that young man. It's sad, you know what I'm saying? It's very sad, but you know, it's just crazy. It's real crazy. And then these videos that I see, using like Joe Rogan's name. I just watched the video, Sammy the Bull. You know what I'm saying? This man is saying all this stuff, not knowing the facts. Whoever made that video with this, with Samuel Gavano, whoever made that video with this man did not do their homework. They got this man out here looking crazy because he's talking about this. He said that Diddy wants to have sex with his children, which is why would you repeat some shit like that? Why would you say anything on YouTube? Why would you, if you heard it, everything is not to be repeated. Why would you say some shit like that? That don't even make no sense. But I understand because he's a white man. You understand what I'm saying? And we are black. So he don't care what comes out of his mouth. You understand what I'm saying? He don't care. But you don't say nothing like that because you got to think, by you putting that out there into the atmosphere, now his daughters is going to hear this shit. You know what I'm saying? That this man said some reckless like this, knowing that it's not true. Why would somebody say this? And that's the shit that bothers me. These people keep saying this man dealt with children and dealt all these lies, man. Straight bald-faced lies. Nobody is reporting the stuff the way it happened, the truth. That's why Trump calls it fake news, because these people tell lies to get clickbait. I see these titles. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. These people got children. You understand what I'm saying? They got kids. But these people, YouTubers, they don't care. They will put a title up and say the craziest shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's only a handful of people that I listen to on this. You know, like Sean G, my man from the Bronx. Him, Flacco. Him. Easy to remember 3 words. Yeah, it's like it's a handful that I would listen to, because this is it's beyond fake news, man. You're saying stuff to hurt kids now, to traumatize these girls is only 16, 17 years old. But these people are putting out false things into the atmosphere and negative things into the atmosphere. And God don't like ugly. God does not like ugly at all. You understand what I'm saying? If you believe in God, you wouldn't repeat that kind of stuff, man. I would never say, even if I heard my man say something about his brother and his kids, I would never repeat that. Especially not on no YouTube. I'm gonna pull his coat and pull him to the side and say, "Yo, man, is something wrong with you? You need to go see a psychiatrist. What's the deal with you? Why would you say something?" I would, if I'm his man, I'm gonna pull him. I'm gonna pull his jacket and be like, "Yo, what's the deal with this bullshit? What are you saying? Did you lose your mind? I mean, do you have suicidal thoughts? What's your problem? What's really going on? Why would you, put that out there, that kind of energy?" And that's negative energy. But you get what you, if you put negative out, you're going to get negative. That's all you're going to get around you is negative. You know what I'm saying? I'm a positive person. I like number positive energy. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older. You know what I mean? I jumped off the porch. I did all that. You know what I'm saying? The thing that saved me was Uncle Sam. You know what I'm saying? He saved me and sent me to the military. But when I finished with the military, I was El Loco. You know what I'm saying? So, he put me somewhere where I can get my thoughts together. I got my thoughts together. But this is just crazy. All this news That's not news. These are lies. These are untruthful facts. Um, things that they are they're saying it's not right. You know what I mean? They to me, if you're going to tell it the right way. If you know what I'm saying, because my grandmother always told me, if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Don't say nothing. Keep your thoughts to yourself. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. Keep it to yourself. You know what I mean? But this is out of hand. It's a circus. It's embarrassing. I mean, it is so embarrassing, man. Everybody thinks that they know this man's business. And don't nobody know his business except for the media people in his circle. Those are the only people that know his kids, his workers, his employees, his family. That's it. Everybody else that's outside the circle don't know shit. So if you don't know shit, why do you open your mouth knowing that you're lying? I work for the man. I work for the man that just, I was executive sous chef. Me, Magic Mike, and my man Chris from Brooklyn. So I know the man. You understand what I'm saying? I know the deal. I worked for the man for 5 years in New York. You understand what I'm saying? So I know. And when I came to Atlanta at Dustin's with Chef Joe. So I know. But this is just retarded. You know what I'm saying? I wish I can uh pull up videos and um I'm still learning how to operate this system. Um, how to do all this YouTube stuff. Um, I'm still kind of lost. Teaching myself on uh, um, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there as quick as I can. I'm getting there as quick as I'm getting there as quick as I can. You know what I mean? Um, I don't I don't I don't know. Like if somebody could see that, I wish somebody was out there that could say, "Yo, I see that." You know what I mean? But I don't know. Anyway, uh, um, 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 oh, it says okay. Okay, I'm learning something little by little, people. But this is it's ridiculous. Um, I'm just a small man. You know what I mean? I'm just a small man, with a loving family. You know, mother, pops, brother passed, sister in Puerto Rico. You know what I mean? But if this was my brother, I would be out there doing everything in my power to help prove his innocence. And I would be out there trying to prove his innocence and help him uh, get this crazy shit off his back. I would be trying to get this crazy stuff off his back, because it's one thing to be in trouble. It's another thing for uh, multiple people, especially Caucasians, say you are guilty of this or guilty of that, or you did this or you did that. You know what I mean? And you haven't even did anything. You haven't done anything. Like Ellen DeGeneres, they're saying that uh, it's crazy. Oh, it was this one thing. Um, they try to put Diddy's name in it, and this man was nowhere. Let me tell you, if he can be in Boston and in California at the same time, show me, and I'll believe everything that the internet say. If he can do that, be in Boston and New York, and be in Boston, New York, and California, and Texas at the same time, that all this is happening, all these different incidents, then let me just show me, and anything else. If they told me that this man jumped off the top tier in the MDC, and he'll be in court on Monday, he's walking, never been, he's not heard anything like that, I'll believe anything y'all people say on this computer. I'll believe everything y'all say. This computer is a bunch of bullshit, man. For real, for real. It's helpful, but it's detrimental. It's helpful, but it's detrimental. Uh, uh, some of these people don't need to be on the internet, man, because they can't handle it. They can't handle it. They can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? This man, and then, okay, if people were using their brain, any black man caught that girl, any black man, unless he's a pussy, but if any black man caught his girl cheating, he's going to snap. He's going to snap because that's your feelings. That's your truth. That's your feelings. Them are your emotions. That's your feelings. It's your emotions. If you don't say anything, then you's a sucker. Look at Papoose and Remy. You see, Papoose knocked the dude out, didn't you? See, he whooped his ass, didn't you? He told him before he seen him. Papoose said, "I'm gonna knock your shit off." Right? So he did it, and who started it? Remy Ma. Remy Ma started it. She went cheating on Papoose. That man was loyal. You see, black women, ask for a good man. Then when you get it, you burn the fucking bridge down. You blow up the bridge where you can't go back over it. You understand what I'm saying? Because why would I want you after you let this other nigga dig up in your guts? I've been there from day one, and this how you treat me? On loyalty? You do dirt in my face. Come on, man. Come on. If slapping your ass wasn't a crime, I'm quite sure your ass would have got slapped already for being so stupid. That's common sense. She had the world in her hand and she tossed her own shit. That's stupid. And there's a lot of black women that do that dumb shit. Fuck their own shit up and then sit there and want to cry wolf later on. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of sisters that do that dumb shit. Now you see them on Instagram and Facebook and shit talking about they want a man. Karma done set in because you don't put that negative energy out there in the air, so you ain't gonna get no good man. You have one. God tested you. He gave you what you wanted so much. Gave it to you at a young age. Now your ass is gonna grow old and fat all by yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Because the cat that you cheated with on Papoose, he only gonna stick around until the money dry up. Once the money dry up, he gone. He younger than you, so he got some time. He just sowing his oats. You understand what I'm saying? You robbing the cradle. You know what I mean? So shit. He good. He's gullible John. He's good. He riding the wave. He gonna ride the wave until that motherfucker stop. Right now it's a tsunami. It's a tsunami. When the tsunami stop, that's it. It's over with. He gonna get off that wave and get on another one. By that time, your ass is gonna be about 200 pounds and lonely like a motherfucker. But you did it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's over with. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you these are our sisters. We can't live with them. We can't live without them. These are our sisters. You know what I'm saying? These are our sisters. But hey, what are we to do? You know what I'm saying? But the lies that's on the internet, man, is just is so ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. Somebody I was reading earlier today. I was reading earlier today that shit. I was reading earlier today that it was something I was reading.
It's not last night.
It was something I was reading with
Michelle. Yeah, she's a film director.
It was something I was reading earlier today. It was Jim Jones and Chrissy. Yeah, Jim Jones and Chrissy. It's crazy. Now you know what I'm saying. They saying that you know it's drama in that household. You know what I'm saying? It's drama in that household. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Sisters they ask for something, and then when they get it, they fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? They fuck it up. You know, they burn the house down. But this Diddy thing, it's
Let's get back to Paris. Was there for a magazine shoot?
It's just so crazy that
Last night at 8.
you take a civil suit
That's surprising.
and turn it into a criminal case.
What?
Go figure. I don't understand that. How do you take a civil suit and turn it into, you know what I'm saying? And turn it, the government could just take that shit and turn it into a criminal case. It was a lawsuit. She wanted money. Okay, she got the money. Why her ass didn't disappear? If she didn't want it to be a criminal case, she should have she had enough money to disappear. $30 million, $10 million from the hotel, $20 million from Puff. She could have disappeared. If she didn't, she wanted her apples, her strawberries, and her red wine all tied up in a nice bow. She wanted the money plus for him to pay retribution to her past. You understand what I'm saying? For taking the bad situation, whatever. I don't know. I'm not in her head. But it's just crazy. So to me, if you take a civil case and now I'm being prosecuted, because that's what the money was for me not to be prosecuted. Are you going to give the money back? Because now I'm in jail. That defeats the purpose. The money was supposed to keep me out of this situation. But now I'm in this situation. So are you going to give the money back? Nobody's asking that question. Are you going to give the money back since I have to go through this situation? You did earn it. Yes, you did. But at the same time, the money came with stipulations. I'm not supposed to be prosecuted. I'm supposed to, you understand what I'm saying? I know what I did was wrong. I know what I did was fucked up. But that's what the money's for. I'm paying my taxes on my bad behavior from the past. That's why I gave you the money. Forgiveness money. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? But now she's saying, fuck you. Ha ha ha. I got the money. Now I'm going. That's what she's saying. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't get it. Or these white ladies that work for the government forced her hand and told her, you know what I'm saying, either you testify or I'm going to prosecute you with him. Now go figure, how is that supposed to happen? You going to prosecute the victim? Man, the United States, I'm telling you, it is messed up, man. This shit is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? We got a president that say any kind of shit that comes out his mouth. He don't give a fuck. He tell you in a minute, I grab women by the poom poom. He said that. I grab women by the poom poom. This is what your president of the United States said. He grabbed women by their poom poom. Go figure. Where they say that shit at? But he said it. You know what I'm saying? And we can't say that. Let a black man say some shit like that. Oh man, he gonna burn in hell for the rest of his life. That can't happen. Can't say that. We can't say that. We can't get away with that. We can't get away with that at all. At all. We cannot get away with that. You know what I'm saying? And then it's crazy. We got so many of us. We got so many of us that during the 90s and the early millennium, 2000, we was on top of the game, on top of the world. Bad Boy, Def Jam, Suge Knight and them, the West Coast, Death Row, LaFace Records. Look, Irv Gotti and them, Murder Inc., Look. Everything that us black people had that was rocking in the 90s and the early 2000s. Look what's going on. The Caucasian people are coming in, stomping us out, man. Look what they're doing. They came in, try to fuck Irv Gotti. Mess his whole life up. Try to say he did money laundering. Come to find out it was untrue. But after the damage was done, they fucked this whole record label up. Nobody wanted to touch it with a 10-foot pole. You know what I'm saying? Now, Russell Simmons. He was smart. He got the hell on. But his ex-wife, she fucked him up because her new husband got caught in some scandal shit, like some Ponzi scheme shit. So by her using the money that Russell had put up for his kids, she called herself being slick to go bond her husband out, which was a cash bond. So now they saying that she forfeit that money to go towards his restitution, the husband, which was not her money at all. She shouldn't even use it. So now her ass can fuck around and end up in jail because she used some money that she wasn't supposed to use. She shouldn't even touch Russell's money to go get her new husband out of prison for some fucking Ponzi scheme shit. You know what I'm saying? Just dumb shit. She just gave away this man's money. She had her own money. She had her own money, but she took Russell's money to go get this white guy out of jail for a Ponzi scheme. Now the feds are going to take that money and make her forfeit the money to pay his victims back out of the $75 million that she used to get him out of jail. Stupid, man. Didn't ask Russell nothing. So now people don't think, man. Our brothers and sisters do not think. Instead of putting their money in a trust, if you put your money in a living trust, they cannot touch your money or your assets. They cannot touch your money or your assets if it's in a living trust. You open up a trust account and put your property and your valuables in a trust account, they cannot touch it because the trust account doesn't have an owner. The gang could have did that. He could have saved his house. He could have saved his record company if he would have been smart and put his all his stuff in a living trust and got a stipend off his living trust once a month like a pension. He would have been fine. He wouldn't even be going through this. He could have went to court, seen a lady. They could have gave him a summons, a judgment, or whatever. He didn't have to pay it, but he still got money because all his assets is in a trust. It's in a trust, like the Rockefellers. See, the Rockefellers never went broke, right? Because their assets is in a trust, a waterfall trust account. You see what I'm saying? But we don't think. we don't think. You know what I mean? We don't think. You put your property in a trust, nobody can touch it. Because it's no title on it. It's no name. It's no name on the trust. Your name is on the trust, but it ain't where it's sealed. The trust is sealed, so that's something you'll be fighting to go up against a brick wall. You know what I'm saying? But some people, think they smart and don't know they ass from their elbow. You know what I mean? Don't know nothing. And this is what happened to us as we go on in life. As we move on in life, this is what happens. And it's in when you're sitting there at the bus stop on a milk crate, homeless, with no food, no money in your pocket, you're sitting there looking crazy. Want to know where'd you go wrong? What did I do? How did I fix this? Yeah, you can't fix it now. When you could fix it, you didn't fix it. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? That's what I want to know. What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? But all these content creators, man, do not tell the truth. They are misrepresenting. They're not telling it the way it's. They're not telling it the way it's supposed to be told. They adding a little this, a little that. They're not telling the truth. They're lying about all of what's going on in this situation. Okay, like I got on like a beige baseball hat, right? Now, somebody might call Joe and say, "Oh, you see that crazy nigga? He got that bright green Yankees hat on, or that purple such. I don't understand it. Why can't you tell it the way you saw it, the way it is, the way it's supposed to be told? You know what I'm saying? Tell it the way it's. Stop these lies, man. You're not gonna get nowhere, because as you go down the road, you're gonna be known as a liar. Oh, this person, you're gonna start losing followers and start losing people because you're not keeping it 100. You're not telling the truth. You're not telling the way it's supposed to be told at all. You're not doing any of that. You know what I'm saying? So this man is in court. He's fighting for his life. You got people outside the courthouse fighting one another. You got people making $300 to $400. Some people making $500 to $600 a day, a night, because they camp out online for the news people, and for the real podcasters, the real content creators, the ones that have money. They are paying people to sleep out there in line overnight for $500 to $600. Yes. So you can go out there and stand in line for one of these podcasters, like what was that man's name? Shit.
Requesting the court's permission to
hold
allow
on.
an expert witness at trial.
Um,
A psychologist who can testify to my
he,
client as a victim of physical and sexual abuse.
How is that relevant to this?
he paid
Mr. Price has a point. What does a psychologist's opinion have to do with this matter?
to
People are required to prove that my client
hold his
justifiable risk
place
that someone's death would occur.
online
Jury, why she failed to act. Context is important.
to
It cuts to the very core of our.
and he pays the person that's out there overnight waiting for him, you know, online, holding his line overnight for him to get into the courthouse in the morning. He pay him between $250 and $500.
Dr. Mencken,
Yeah,
conduct a forensic evaluation of the defendant.
he pays some people, and that's a good come up.
Specific instances of violence.
That's a good come up.
Eye socket, a broken ankle, a concussion, and
That's a good come up.
and cuts.
You know what I mean? If you do that every day for 5 days, shit, that's like $3,000 a week. Are you crazy? I'll do it too. You pay me $500 a night just to hold your line, hold your place in line, and then you come in the morning. So I'm out there from 6 in the evening. I'm out there 6 in the evening. So I'm coming with my cooler, my chair, my food to get me through the night. You know what I'm saying? If you smoke, you know what I mean. You bring your smoky yokies. You know, get you one in and have a couple of pulls off your blunt. You know what I'm saying? Well, maybe you can't smoke your blunt, so you bring your baseball bat. You know what I'm saying? Where you can just stick your joint in there, pull it out. You know what I'm saying? And get you a one hitter quitter. You know what I'm saying? And bring your battery pack for your cell phone, your charger, whatever, you know what I mean, to occupy your time through the night. And then shit, he coming between 5 and 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So 5, 6 o'clock, you can either go home or after you get your bread, or you can stay online, you know what I'm saying, a little long, or go get you something to eat and then come back. You know what I'm saying? Run around the corner, get you something to eat, then come back, you know what I'm saying? And so he can go and start setting up his cameras and stuff like that, and doing his things, getting prepared, getting his notes together and getting prepared to go on.
Find that the defendant's state of mind has no legal significance in this case.
But
therefore, the defendant's motion is
it's sad that
Dr. Mencken will not
these content creators are lying, and once they find out that you're not your content is not up on and above, your ass is gonna be out the door like Mav Hoffa. You're gonna be out the door like Mav Hoffa. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to start all over again because you're gonna have the title as knowing that you put out the false narrative, and you can punch holes through your story. You over exaggerate your story, and don't nobody. I know I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear the real deal. I want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? I want you to give me the I want you to keep it I want you to keep it 100. I want you to talk to me like I'm your best friend. I want you to give it to me straight, no chaser. Um and call it the way you see it. No over exaggerating, no extra twist and this and that. I want you to keep it a buck 100 because if you can do that, you have more people coming to your site. You know what I'm saying? And listen to your content. You know, without lying. Because this is, like I say, this week has been crazy. I started to go down to the courthouse and see all this. I went one time and that was it. I was like, oh no, too much going on. You had a guy out there. The first day I went down, the guy was out there yelling and screaming, and fighting with the police, and you got people out there selling merch and all the so-called YouTubers and content creators on top of each other, you know, standing. You got the news person standing next to you, and this and I'm like, oh no, you know, me personally, I went on the back side of the courthouse to tell my stuff, but the damn GoPro camera that I purchased, I didn't read the instructions well, so I couldn't get that shit to work for nothing in the world. It was just, to me, it was just a wasted trip, a waste of money. It just, I was so frustrated and aggravated. I threw it in the bucket. But these people are just coming in and turning our lives upside down. I mean, they just turning our lives upside down, man. You could take a civil case and turn it into a criminal case, and that's it, and keep it moving. But one thing I can say is that Mr. Trump said he would look at the facts. Nobody said anything to him, but he would look at the facts and say that if the man was mistreated, he might do something. This is what the president of the United States said. That's what he said yesterday. He said he heard it, you know, whispers. You know what I mean? So it's out there. It's on the table. So if Puffy gets found guilty, he can receive a pardon right after that. So, you know, it's a whisper. There's some whispers out there, you know, for him to be pardoned, and think he's gonna have to send his kids or his mother and kids to DC to talk to O'Donnell. You know what I mean? And see what happens. Because I don't believe he should be on trial. Not for this RICO, domestic violence, aggravated assault, that kind of shit. Yeah, but for RICO, nah. False labor, no. Because no matter how many hours they worked or whatever, if they sued them, they got paid. You have the one thing I noticed about this Diddy shit. You're gonna get your money, but you're gonna have to get your money by suing. Once you put in a lawsuit, you're gonna get you get your money. You know what I'm saying? If it's work related, You're gonna get paid. You know what I mean?
The objection is over.
It's just crazy. That lady, she got Mia, she got paid, but goddamn, she gave half her money to the lawyer. She got $250,000. She sued him for $400,000. She got $200,000, and the lawyer got $200,000. Well, I never known the lawyer. I thought the lawyer get a third. I never knew a lawyer to get 50%. She got robbed like a motherfucker. She got robbed like a motherfucker. You got a lawyer's only supposed to get 33, a third. That's it. That's all lawyers. I'm like, God damn, a lawyer got half of what you got. A lawyer's only supposed to get a third, 3%. That's it. They got 50%. I'm like, shit. Boy, they took her ass for it. Man, I wish I was a lawyer. Because they took her for a bus ride, Jack. They took her for a ride out this world, man. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't right. That wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And it's and so many haters in the world. You got to think. This man, one, he's got a strike against him. He's black, right? And the music industry is whites and Italians, the mafia, right? So you got to think about what you go up against once you step foot out there on the grounds in this music business. You understand what I'm saying? Either you're going to be a wolf or you're going to be food. You understand what I'm saying? He was the wolf. Because if he was the food, he wouldn't have got to the level that he was at. You understand what I'm saying? They would have sent his ass back to Mount Vernon with his tail between his fucking legs. But he was the wolf. And he overcame. Now, he might have lost some of his flock as he was going, but he still had a flock to shepherd. You understand what I'm saying? He still had sheep that he was the herd over. You understand what I'm saying? So all that other bullshit, yo, man. Because you got to think, the jewelry, the clothes, you got thieves, people always on the come up. So, what are you supposed to do? Call the police every time somebody steal your shit? Nah, because then you're gonna be labeled as a pussy. Then you're gonna be labeled as a punk. So you gotta get out there and bust some heads. You gotta get out there and slap some niggas up. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. You know what I mean? It's part of the game. You got to lay down your territory and let cats know that, yo, I'm here to stay. You know what I'm saying? This is my block. I'm here to represent. And I'm not going to let you cats turn me into some kind of do-boy or a sucker. You know what I'm saying? So that's all about growing up in the hood. When you grow up in the hood, you taught how to survive. And that's what he was doing, was surviving. Now, the other shit with him whooping on her, no, that's not cool. That is not cool. You understand what I'm saying? The domestic violence shit, not cool at all. You don't get no points from me on that. Nothing whatsoever. But survival, taking care of your business with your record company, you understand what I'm saying? He did what he had to do to survive. He did what he was supposed to do. He did it. He showed people he wasn't no sucker. He showed people that he had the heart to be in the game. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's just like being on the block selling your work. Either you gonna be with the bullshit or you ain't. And if you ain't with the bullshit, you ain't gonna make no money. You ain't gonna make nothing. You ain't gonna make a dime. You gonna every time you leave the house and come home, you're gonna be broke. What your baby mama gonna say? What happened? You gonna come in the house with a black eye, a fat lip. Yo, she gonna look at you like what? You a punk? You a faggot? How you supposed to protect your family? How you supposed to protect her? Every time you take her out to the movies. That means you at the movie theater, nigga really tried you and walk up on your girl and squeeze on her ass. What you gonna do? Put your head down? She ain't gonna want to be with you if you was a sucker, if you was a punk. She ain't gonna want you. She gonna go to the nigga that's got the heart. So this man was in beast mode. He was in survival mode. He was surviving. And by him being a beast and being on survival mode, he rose to the top. And as he rose to the top, look at all the haters. Look at all the haters. You got people on stand telling how much they love him. They wanted to be with him. They had crushes on him. After all this shit, you think about it. Come on, man. Keep it 100. Them people love their life. The glitz and the glamour. Flying on the plane to Rome, Paris, Italy, the Mediterranean. Come on, man. If the nigga did it you so bad, why did you want to come back and work for the man? Why? He did you so bad, you begged to come back. Come on, man. So what? You would have had to change your profession. You was dead. You blew it. Let it go. You came back to him. He didn't come to you. Come on, man. Keep it 100, man. I'm just tired of listening to all these lies on YouTube. Speak the truth. Put the truth in the atmosphere. Do not put the negativity in the atmosphere, man. Because we all God's children. God loves all of us. We all are human. We all pump blood. We all are not promised to be here tomorrow. Do you understand? We just got to live life every day like it's our last day. And that's what he was doing. Living his life to the fullest every day like it was his last day. I don't agree with him in that he's a piece of shit for putting his hands on that lady the way he did. He's a piece of shit. I'll be the first one to say that he's a piece of shit. And if it was my sister, we would have had a whole lot of blows, or I'd be dead or in prison. But we would have tore up the motherfucking city, boy. Because every time I seen that nigga, we would have been thumping. Me, him, and his bodyguards. And I would have made sure I brought my goddamn crew to take care of the motherfucking bodyguards so me and him could get our goddamn one-on-one. Every time. We would have been goddamn, he wouldn't even came out the house all dressed fly. He would have came out already ready because I would have been looking for his ass as soon as the sun come up. Well, we getting into it. Yes. And he would have did my sister like that, it wouldn't have been no tomorrow. We would have been dumping every chance we got. We would have dumped. Or every time he set foot in New York, we would have been dumping. Every time, I promise you that bullshit. We would have been tearing motherfucking Harlem up. any part of New York, we would have been getting it in. I promise you. Yeah. It ain't that shit wouldn't have been that shit wouldn't have been happening like that. But we can't cry over spilled milk. We can't. Life goes on. And these are grown ass adults that could have left at any given time. Nobody forced, nobody made them stay. They left and they came back. They left and came back of their own free will. So how does the government say that this man forced and did all this crazy shit? How? Tell me. In the playbook, where does this shit come from? This shit is crazy. How do you come up? These motherfuckers make their own playbook up. They make up their own rules and fucking regulation because they the government. They can say what they want, how they want, when they want. They sending us back to fucking slavery time, man. Back to the early 20s and 30s where black people don't have no fucking rights. How do you do that? They're misusing the law, misusing the courts. The man is supposed to be going to jail for domestic violence. You understand what I'm saying? Then you got a white man, Joe Rogan, out there saying, him and Sammy the Bull saying this crazy shit about this man's fucking daughters, what he's thinking. How the fuck you know that this man's thinking? Are you a psychic? How do these people, these Caucasians, come up with this narrative? How do they come up with this fucking information? This man never said that. How do they come with these conclusions? Elon Musk kept saying on the Joe Rogan show, yeah, they kept feeding them kids. They kept feeding them kids. There ain't no fucking kids. If there was kids, he would be charged with child pornography, you stupid fucks. But there is no fucking children. But ain't nobody, these white folks are saying all this fucking crazy shit, man. They keep saying all this retarded stuff, man. They're saying stuff that they're not supposed to be saying. It's not right. If you're going to say something, say the truth. Say what's real. Say what's 100. Do not lie. Because if you start lying the very first time, you got to lie every time afterwards to motherfucking keep up with the very first lie you started out with. Come on, man. Keep this shit 100. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it 100. Don't lie on us, man. They're already killing us. It don't take shit, man. Every day a black man walk out the house, there's 99.9% chance you might not make it motherfucking home at the end of the day. Do anybody understand that? Do anybody know the statistics of the chances when we leave the house in the morning and kiss our kids or our wife goodbye to go to work, the percentage that you might not make it through the fucking door at the end of the day? 99.9% chance you might not make it home at the end of the fucking day. You understand what I'm saying? But these people are sitting here throwing more bullshit on top of bullshit in the fucking game that is no truth to it. There is no children. There's no freak off tape with no Ashton Kutcher, no Demi Moore. There's none of that shit. It's just Diddy, Cassie, and the motherfucking Punisher and whoever else. That's it. The man is just a freak. He a hoe. That's it. He ain't fucking gay. They say he was fucking men in the ass. He was fucking Meek Mills, and he did this and he did that. The man didn't do anything that these motherfuckers is saying. All the lies, man. All the lies. And the only thing he did was motherfucking and Gene Deal. This motherfucker, him and his motherfucking lies. Him and these motherfuckers, his lies. Oh my God. He got quiet when that nigga was on his ass at the courthouse. So the brother must have been talking truth to power because Gene didn't say shit. He just told the lady, hey, I'll catch up with you after the court hearing. That's it. But whoever that dude was, No Jumper, cat from No Jumper, he
What time was that?
he was on Gene Deal's ass. He was on Gene Deal's ass. He was on Gene Deal's ass. Saying all this crazy stuff. The only thing Gene said was, yo, I catch up with you. I catch up with you when I come outside the courthouse. That was it. And then you got Jaguar Wright, man. She ain't got no money, so it don't make sense to sue her ass. But when they come for her ass, they gonna come and she gonna be goddamn crying. She gonna be crying like a motherfucker. But she brought it all on herself. When they come for her, all the shit she been saying, everything she said, there's an expiration date with this shit. And when her expiration date come, her ticket's gonna be punched. She's gonna have to pay the piper. You can't just keep going around for the last 2-3 years saying all this negative crazy shit about people and don't say all this crazy shit and don't think there's gonna be an expiration date, because she said some terrible things about these people, man. And then the kids just said some stuff that I wouldn't even say. You know what I mean? But I mean, put the people family in it, put the children in it. Just said some awful stuff, knowing that some of that stuff is is lies. You know what I'm saying? Or most of that stuff was lies. You know what I mean? Because how is she gonna know? How is she supposed to know all this information? You know what I'm saying? She way down in wherever. She ain't in New York. She ain't in California. She ain't where they at. I can promise you that. And I know she don't know people in a circle that's just gonna give her the information as much as she blab. They've been done found out exactly where the information came from, because I'm quite sure if if they smart the way I think they are, they would have said something on purpose to see if this person runs back and tells Jaguar. That way they know who said what, when, and where, and got their ass up out the circle. You understand what I'm saying? After they got their ass beat. You understand what I'm saying? And we old school New York people. We know when there's something not right in the circle. You understand what I'm saying? If it's only three of us that know certain shit, and somebody I don't even fuck with like that come and say some shit in front of other people, it's only two of y'all that said something. One of y'all out of the two said something. Which one, I don't know. But I get to the bottom of it, because I'm gonna say something around each one of you while it's just me and you. And when somebody comes to me with that shit, I already know who fucking said it. Yeah. It's a motherfucker, man. When there's snakes in your house, oh, that's a motherfucker, man. When you got a clean house and find the snake that's in your house before they do any more turmoil in your house, man, that's a bad feeling. That's a real bad feeling. That shit's ugly, man. That's ugly as hell, man. Because you got to go looking to find out, and your heart's so heavy, because once you find out, you say, you know what I'm saying, so much shit go through your head, you know, what are you gonna do to this person once you find out? Once you find out, you know, once you find out, what are you
I was raised to obey the rules.
what are you gonna do?
My parents were very strict.
Once you find
I
out
remember how hard it was to always have to be
that somebody
the good girl.
somebody did that.
When did you fall in love with Eli?
You know what I mean? That's
ridiculous.
that's crazy, and it's sad. It's crazy and it's sad.
Stop.
You know,
Your childhood friend was living this wildly free life.
and it's messed up, man.
Started over in New York City. I'm sure it's swept her off her feet.
What do we what are you supposed to do?
Feel so happy, so alive.
I mean, everybody's looking for love and a best friend and
So Jake realized you were seeing Eli.
No, I was careful.
Because what you did, Martha, made me jealous.
it's just
Jake's not like that.
Even pastor sons are human. You wasn't there when you got up with us on Thursday, was he?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But we're supposed to help each other. We're supposed to help one another. We're supposed to help each other. You know what I mean? And now
No.
I see people on here, not on YouTube to put positive energy in the community. You know what I'm saying? They on here spreading more propaganda and more lies, and that's not right. That's not right. You know what I mean? That's not right. It's totally bogus, man.
She's a good kid that said a bad thing in motion.
Cause
And she's covering for Jake out of guilt. I don't know if
You know, God don't like ugly. And my grandmother, Agnes Amelia Hiller, I miss her dearly. Big Mama, she was my rock. She was my life. She raised me. From the day I came home from the hospital nursery, my crib was next to her bed. Me and my cousin Jeff, and she raised both of us. Like, you know what I mean? This is my first cousin. We like brothers. But
unfortunately, he followed Eli home on Thursday.
it's crazy. Shit don't make sense. It don't. People ain't acting right. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. And now these people are lying and playing with this man's future, playing with his livelihood, his life, over domestic violence. Over domestic violence, these people are coming in, try to take this man away from his family and his kids because a lawsuit turned into a criminal case. That doesn't sit well with me. It doesn't sit well. It's a lawsuit. It's civil. A civil case. They can take a civil case. That's just the way it comes off my tongue. A civil case turned into a criminal case. So now, if somebody sues you, or you sue somebody, it could turn into predicate charges. It could turn into this crazy shit. This is not murder.
Your thoughts on bail, Ms. Maroon? People secretly men. The defendant bashed in this fall of a man having an affair with his fiancée.
You know what I mean? Hey, pimping and pandering. Hoeing been the oldest profession in the world. And the Mann Act was designed to keep the black man from busting them white girls open back in the early 1900s. That's what that was designed for. To keep the rich black man from busting them white girls up. They wanted that black man that was a Zulu to stop fooling with their women. So they introduced this law. for one black man, Jack Johnson, the heavyweight champion of the world. They was already upset that he beat the hell out that Godzilla Caucasian man. They was already hot as fish grease. That man went 18 rounds and beat the hell out of that man. Google it. Jack Johnson, heavyweight, first black heavyweight champion of the world, beat the hell out of that Irish white man. 18 rounds. He showed that man no mercy. And by him, them Caucasian people said that he can't do that. He said slavery time is over with. I'm not a slave. I don't do what you're not the boss of me. He did it for spite. He bust them Caucasian women up on the inside, man, knowing they would never be right for another Irish man ever again. He busted them up, and what happened? You got a potty? You got a potty? All right, I'm coming. Hold on, people. I'll be right back.
Every side of it, every word of it was off limits to police. In Macias versus Harper.
Yeah, that is a federal case that has no bearing on the matter. Whether it does or doesn't, I'm excluding the admission. I don't want to impede free communications between those seeking religious counsel. End of story.
Can we win without the confession?
It's not a slam dunk. We're going after a minister with few pieces of suggestive forensic evidence to tie him to the crime scene.
We have fingerprints?
Nope, it's cold. He's probably wearing gloves.
Can you put him in the victim's home at the time of murder?
We're trying, but like I said, it was a cold night. Everyone was wrapped up in hats and scarves, so we don't have any obvious video from near the victim's will. We do have trace evidence on the defendant's shoes that matches the glass shards that were found at the crime scene.
And we also have records of Martha's late night calls to the victim. Plus, police found her phone in Jacob's house, so we certainly have motive. And video from the bus stop will prove that the defendant wasn't there to pick up Martha on the night of
Shit.
And the victim's mother.
Hold on, people. I'll be back. You got a potty, buddy?
Good. Wait. You sure we want to start with murder too?
Jacob Albrecht.
You got a potty, buddy? You got a potty? Come on, go potty. Come on. Come on.
The judge may have rules for recording the confession. But since Mark was the first, it's supposed to be the case. Let's persuade her to testify. But the screws to it necessary.
No, I don't want to do that.
He killed the man that you love, Martha.
Come on, buddy.
That's not true.
All right, y'all have a good night.
I love Jake. Always have.
That may be true.